Okay, in this video, we're going to be doing the same thing we did in the sine video, but now we're going to be doing it for cosine. So starting with 0, remember cosine corresponds to x on our unit circle. So picturing that unit circle in your head or have it open on your computer or maybe print it out. So if sine corresponds with x, then at 0 radians, that's the positive x-axis, cosine is going to be 1. Then at pi over 4, why I'm using my mouse and not my finger, I don't know, because it's not working very well. So at pi over 4, cosine is going to be the square root of 2 over 2. Remember, sine and cosine of pi over 4 are the same. So again, this is 0.71, just like it was in the sine video. Okay, so then pi over 2 is going to be your positive y-axis. So x is going to be 0, so cosine is going to be 0. And then 3 pi over 4. We're in the second quadrant. Second quadrant, all students take calculus. Sine is positive, which means cosine is negative. So negative 0.71. 3 pi over 4. Nope, I just did 3 pi over 4. Pi, sorry. Pi, negative x-axis, so cosine is going to be negative 1. 5 pi over 4. So all students take calculus. We're in the third quadrant. Tangent is positive, which means cosine is negative. 3 pi over 2, negative y-axis, x is 0, so cosine is 0. 7 pi over 4. All students take calculus. Fourth quadrant, cosine is positive. And then 2 pi. So 2 pi is the same as 0, so that's going to be 1 again. All right, so let's graph this. So I'm at 0 radians. I'm going to be up here at 1. I should mention, when we're graphing sine and cosine, we're always going to be in the x-axis is going to be radians here. So 1, right? And then 0.71, 0 at pi over 2, negative 0.71, 1, negative 0.71, 0 at 3 pi over 2, positive 0.71, 1. So trying to connect the dots here. And that would actually come back down. Sorry that missed by a lot, but you know what I was trying to do. And then again, going the other direction, we're just going to go this way instead of this way, which in this case is actually the exact same thing. Because cosine is symmetrical about the y-axis. Sine wasn't, but cosine is. So it's actually going to be exactly the same. It doesn't matter which direction you go in, but generally speaking, if you're doing this is positive, this would be the negative direction. Zero. 0.71, 1. Okay. So the thing I want you to notice about cosine is that it looks a lot like sine, it's just shifted over. So sine, this is poorly drawn, but essentially, if you shifted it so that the x-axis was here, that would be sine. X-axis is here, that's cosine. So it's just shifted. It's really just shifted. So the period is the same, it's going to be 2 pi. The amplitude is the same, it's going to be 1. So again, the period is either from minimum to minimum or maximum to maximum. So if I wanted to trace one period, I could say, okay, I'm going to start at a minimum and I'm going to go to the next one. And that's one period of cosine. And they're 2 pi apart. You can see because, well, you could see here, right, this to this would be a period, and that's 0 to 2 pi. This is negative pi to positive pi. So negative pi to positive pi is 2 pi. So period is always going to be 2 pi for cosine if there aren't any transformations. And then again, the amplitude would be 1 minus negative 1 is 2, divided by 2 is 1. So the amplitude is 1. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. This is going to be the shortest video in this 4-part series. But yeah, so yeah, that let me know if you have any questions. And I will see you later.